Hello, I'm Sharon Taylor, CEO and founder of the Business Vision and Development Center. And today I have with you one of my mentors, Cathy Parker, who is the founder and CEO of Women on Wall Street. And we'd like to talk to you, well, her more specifically, talk to you about setting business goals in 2022. So, Cathy, tell us a little bit about yourself and how we can move forward in 2022. Take what we've been doing, pivot, or even enhance what we're going to do in 2022.
Yes. Well, thank you for having me. Number one, I appreciate the opportunity to, of course, help any business grow. Um, Women on Wall Street, which you're a part of, is near and dear to me. I'm looking forward to next year developing more and getting more women-owned businesses to be a part of that, to help more people that look like you and I start businesses and as well as make some money. Um, of course, I know you want to talk about goals because that's big for the year. People want to end the year and have this big vision. But first, I would like to say a lot of times when we get involved with businesses or start the process, we do not think about being kind to ourselves. And everything that I teach people, I know for myself, is sometimes we're too hard on ourselves, right? We don't think we're supposed to fail. And if we fail, we feel like I'm never going to do it again, or this is not for me. I will tell anybody, if you look back at any invention, the light, the stoplight, you know, the hair curlers, right? It took a lot of failure to come up with a great product. And I had to tell myself that today, because failure is only a beginning, right? And if it's something that you're passionate about, if it's something that you really are interested in, then redevelop yourself and revise it. And I like to talk about failures because that made me a better business person. I used to have a sneaker store, right? I'm not a sneaker person at all, right? I am a very high risk taker. And I lost a lot of money dealing with someone who I thought was honest, someone who I thought would take care of everything. That lesson taught me a lot about business today, and
Mhm.
why, it's important to have contracts, why it's important to be visual and be on site, right? And not trust the word of people. And I think when we start businesses, we don't think about a plan if failure happens, right? We have a business
Mhm.
plan and it looks great. And then we say, oh yeah, this is ABCD. But what if your plan doesn't go according to plan? What do you
Kathy,
do, right?
let me put a pause.
That's the part where you think about when people start getting depressed and people are like, oh my God, this is not for me. Um, I like to tell people when I help
Let
people
me
do business
pause you.
plans
Let
that
me
you have.
pause you for 1 second. Let me pause you for 1 second right there, because with business plans, like you say, always looks great on paper, but I always recommend that clients have an exit strategy. What's going to happen in the event of? And I also want
Yeah.
you to talk about some of the things that, you know, our viewers can say to themselves to get them motivated, to keep them from going into
Yeah.
depression. Give us some things that you say to yourself to help uplift you
Yeah.
when you think failure is just a stone's throw away.
Yeah. And so words are powerful, right? I'm huge on affirmations.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell people it's good to look in the mirror and say, I am great, I am healthy, I'm wise. But if your mindset is not there, you've canceled all your affirmations out. So if you say I'm rich, but in your mind you're thinking I'm broke, I never would be rich, it's impossible for me to be a millionaire. Why are you doing affirmations, right? So it gets to the point where you have to say your mindset is everything. And you could be in the desert. If you feel like you're not going to survive and you're not going to find water, you're going to die, right? So it's when people look at adversity, and I remember it was this story about adversity. It's are you a carrot? Are you a coffee bean? Or are you an egg? Right? And so all three faces adversity. If you put them in hot water, what happens to the carrot? It withers, right? If you put a egg in water, what happens? It becomes hard, right? So the coffee bean gives you this aroma, right? The people are like, oh, the coffee's great. Oh, but they all face adversity the same. And I've carried that story with me everywhere I go, because it's kind of saying, when is your downfall? When are you going to crumble, right? And we've all been a coffee bean. We've all been a carrot. We've all been all three, right? But at what point do you say it? And Sharon, I heard you say exit strategy. I would challenge people to say a contingency, right? Because in real estate, I had to learn about contingencies. It's okay, if your deal is about to fall through, how can you still make the deal work? And people really have to really think about, if you're going to give up so easily, why the heck are you doing it? Right. So think about it. If I have a business, and all of a sudden it takes a new business a year to get jumping, right? So as soon as you hit adversity, are you going to just give up and say, oh, this is not for me? Or do you go revisit your business plan? Because that's a working document. You know, I'm a working document. I look at myself like I add on to myself, right? And so what I do every morning, I have affirmations. But before I even start my affirmations, I say to myself, what mindset am I in, right? If I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be grumpy, evil, I'm not going to have a great day, I'm not going to do my affirmations, because I've canceled all my things in the universe that I want, right? And then, okay, so let's talk about goals, because that's what really we're supposed to be talking about. So the goals, I would say, I have 3 vision boards, right? I have one, the things I want to accomplish over my lifespan, right? The things that I think I want to accomplish over my lifespan. And that's the bigger goals, right? And then I have smaller goals. And I think what we do is we set ourselves up for failure, because if we feel like the vision board is there and we're not accomplishing anything, we put so much weight on ourselves. We'd be like, oh, we didn't accomplish anything for the year. But if you celebrate your small wins and you understand that it takes time to build, right? The pyramids weren't built overnight. So it takes time to build something grand, and you have to sacrifice. So with goal setting, I would say be realistic, right? Choose things that you're passionate about. That's important. Very important. I don't know. I don't want to take up all the time.
Let me
So you can ask
just
me questions if you got.
let me say this: when you first started mentoring me, every conversation we started was with prayer, and then you always said, "What was your win for the week?" Didn't matter how big, how small, but to me that was like a catapulting me to the next thing and the next thing, because I said, yeah, I'm a winner. I won this week. And it made me move forward, because if you, like you said, it's baby steps. I'm getting my stride before I can run a marathon. And then we have hurdles along the way, and even facing hurdles and getting back up is a win.
Yeah. And just having the determination to say, I'm going to get out of my bed today, right? A lot of people don't understand that is challenging to a lot of people, right? Celebrate you being able to walk, for you to be able to smell the air. It's like taking time to regroup on the small things we take for granted. And sometimes people don't understand, you should get up and you should walk outside often, because that helps your body circulate, that helps you mentally. It's the little things that we take for granted, right? And I think when it comes to the goal setting part, make that a part of your goal. You know, I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk for 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if you break your 15 minutes down to 5 minutes, every hour, or whatever it looks like. Don't try to just like overcompensate for the goal. And I think that's huge to learn, is everything doesn't have to be done at one time. I'm a multitasker. Like, I can't focus on one thing for a whole hour because I burn myself out. So being that I know that about myself, I take breaks. I say, okay, I'm gonna work on this for 15 minutes. Boom, I'm gonna write me a little note where I stopped at. Then I'm gonna go to the next thing. And that helps me because I can't be fixated on one thing. I like to be like, I like to be going.
I agree with that totally.
Yeah.
And I know we're talking about business goals, but it's important to do that for self-care as well, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can forget about the business. And lifestyle and work-life balance is so crucial to your whole development. So I get it. I
Yeah.
get it. And I don't overtax myself. If I feel like I've hit a roadblock on one thing that I'm working on, I move to the next thing. I come back to it later. And I'm a firm believer in taking a nap every now and again.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And people should plan that, right? Whatever your self-care is, you should plan it and practice saying no. That is huge. People feel like an opportunity is not going to come around again. And so what we do is we overcompensate and we say, okay, I'm going to miss an opportunity. So let me say yes. And I found myself a lot of times traveling to New Jersey from Virginia, going to New York from Virginia. And I had to say to myself, what am I doing? I'm not fulfilling my passion of what I'm doing. And sometimes you got to reel it back in. You got to be like, girl, it's opportunities all around you. So don't tax yourself on thinking it's not going to be an opportunity. Every person you meet, every event you go to, it's an opportunity for your
Mhm.
vision, for your dreams. And I know when people look at me today, they don't even understand what I've been through to get here. But the hardest thing I had to learn is um, I love doing real estate, right? I love everything about real estate. And I had to say, like, oh, that's my passion, right? I love helping people. And when I figured out real estate was my main thing, right? And helping people was my main thing, and I put it all together, boom. I can work every day and it's not work because I love doing
Right.
real estate, right? So I would tell people to focus on your passion, not what your best friend's doing, not
Right,
what's making
right.
somebody else money. Uh, yeah, don't go selling Mary Kay and Tupperware if you don't like Tupperware. You know what I'm saying? You got to have buy-in and stick to things that you like doing. And I can't say it enough because then it's not work. You don't feel like it's like you become an entrepreneur because you don't want to work for other people and feel like you're working. But people
Right.
find themselves working and not being an entrepreneur. So yeah.
Well, thank you, Cathy. Tell us where we can find you on social media and how to connect with you if we need some business coaching or anything, just some positive affirmations. Where can we find you?
Yeah, of course. So I'm on all social media. You could find me on Facebook under my name, which is Cathy L. Parker. I am on Instagram. I'm on all the handles. Just look for either Women on Wall Street or my name, or I Rock My Scars. That's the easiest way to find me. And thank you for having me. And I hope everybody has a blessed ending of their year. And be kind to yourself.
Thank you, Cathy, and thank you for joining me. And we'll have you again real soon because I love talking and I love talking to you
Yes.
specifically. So we'll see you in
Bye.
2022.
That's right. Have a good one.
You too.